Okay, now, the other model you're going to see as far as can you graph my linear equation is called standard form. Standard form, we've reviewed it in previous videos, but it's when you're combining variables to make a total. Okay, so when we write that as a math person, we say you're combining a little bit of x with a little bit of y and it makes some total. So ax plus by equals c is a standard form model. Okay, so usually you're combining things to make some kind of a total. Alright, so it says Ben spent $60 at the fair buying $2 tacos and $4 funnel cakes. Write an equation and graph possible combinations of these items he could have bought. So I always ask my class on a problem like this, what's the partsies, what's the wholesies? And what are we talking about? So we're talking about a kid that spent a lot of money to eat. And there's tacos and funnel cakes. So I'm going to use T for the amount of tacos he buys. Now, this problem is not just about quantity, it's about value. And in one of those tacos is $2. So I would want you to write 2T would be the amount of money spent on the T tacos. The funnel cakes are each $4 per funnel cake. So I'm going to say 4F. So money spent here plus money spent here has to equal 60. Okay? Now the easiest way to graph standard form is to realize it's really hard to do combinations of things at one time. Man, not really hard, but it's a lot easier in math and in life to focus on one thing at a time. Okay, we're not going to multitask here and try to think, well, let's see, if he bought 10 tacos, he could have had 10 funnel cakes. We don't need to think that hard. So the best thing you can learn to do to graph standard form is to do what I do, and that's to shut up one variable and focus on the other. One variable at a time. So what I do is I put a 0 in for one of the variables. And what that does, it says, let's say you didn't buy any tacos at all. And you can then figure out that, let's see, 4 times, or 60 divided by 4, oh, you could add 15 funnel cakes. And you find what's called an intercept. Okay? So an intercept is on an axis, and on an axis, the other variable equals 0. So when we're on the x-axis, y equals 0. We're on the y-axis, x equals 0. So they're called intercepts. Basically, shut up one variable so you can focus on the other. If you'd say you didn't buy any funnel cakes at all, my goodness, you could have bought 30 tacos. 2 points makes a line. So now I look at that and I say, okay, I got to be able to hit 30. Say I make this my taco axis and make this my funnel cake axis. Maybe I go by 5s. So I'd have 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30. If I can plot these intercept points where I'm on the axis, 30 tacos, no funnel cakes. 15 funnel cakes, no tacos. What that allows me to do is graph all the combinations. Okay? So on that line are combinations of funnel cakes and tacos that spend out exactly $60. Okay? So with standard form, realize you got 2 variables screaming at you at the same time, which doesn't work very well in math or life when 2 things are screaming at the same time. You need to ignore one. 0 one out, focus on the other, and then do the opposite, and you'll be able to find those intercepts and get that graph. Okay? So here's a couple examples of this, some standard form equations, and I want to make the graph. Take the first one, use intercepts. It's a quick graph, it's simple. Shut up x, 12 divided by negative 3 would be negative 4. Shut up y, 12 divided by 4 is 3. 0, negative 4 is there, 3, 0 is there. 2 points, makes a line. So slope intercept was 1 point plus the slope. Standard form, you're going to find 2 points and get your line. Here again, intercepts are all about shutting out one variable so you can find the maximum value of the other. So 0 for x, 6 for y, 0 for y, 15 for x. This one would go right off the x-axis to 15. The y-intercept would be at 6. So we'd have a line looking something like that. Okay? Now if you look at letter C, it's in standard form, but it's kind of written. You want the x and then the y. So I just rewrite it. 0 out x, the y-int is negative 6. 0 out y, the x-int is negative 3. and that would be the third line. Okay? So, we did it, huh? Slope-intercept form, starting point plus slope, 1 point plus slope makes line. Standard form, line your intercepts, 2 points, makes a line. You should be able to graph any linear equation. I think that should help. All right, thanks a lot. We'll see you on the next video.